today we're going to talk about women's self-defense. Okay, this is something that's very prevalent in our society today, women's self-defense. First thing I want you guys to think about is being aware of your surroundings. How do you carry yourself? What do you do? Where do you position yourself, right? Couple of basic things that if you guys put into your daily life, implement into your daily life, you can protect yourself without ever touching somebody, okay? First of all, let's say you guys are leaving work. Ask a coworker to walk into your car. Very simple, easy way. It's maybe only 100 feet, 100 yards from the restaurant to your car, from wherever you're working to your car. But in that time frame, there's a lot of space for somebody to try to assault you, try to attack you, try to be mean to you, try to be aggressive to you, right? A simple, easy, effective way to make sure that doesn't happen, ask a coworker to go with you to your car. A lot of places, a lot of workplaces, they actually require this, okay? If you ask them to do this, and they do not allow that to happen, there's something wrong with your work, okay? Ask somebody to walk you to your car. This is not only applicable to women, right? The being aware of your surroundings, this is applicable to men as well. If you're walking to your car at night, you could be assaulted. If there's two people, it's a much less likely chance that somebody's gonna be aggressive to you or something like that. Another thing, let's say you are leaving work at night, right? And you know that you're leaving work at night. Park your car in somewhere that is well lit, okay? Don't park your car somewhere at the back of a little corner that nobody can see anything. You want to park your car where it's well lit in a populated space so that it's easier for you to make it to that destination in full view of everybody else, okay? And then, let's say you guys have your phone on you. Don't just stare at your phone and text while you're walking. Don't be oblivious to your surroundings, right? Great way to do it is take your phone, put it to your ear, even if you're not talking to anybody, and walk out to your car with your phone to your ear. If somebody sees you and they think you're on the phone with somebody else, you could immediately say, help, I'm being attacked. They're not gonna think that you're the easy target because they know that you have the possibility to call out for help. They don't want that. So that's another easy way to just defend yourself on a very daily basis, just walking to and from your house, to and from your car, to and from your work, something like that, right? Put those into practice on a daily basis. Next thing I want to talk about is being aware of your surroundings when you guys are at a restaurant, being aware of your surroundings when you guys are sitting somewhere. Let's say you guys go to the park and want to enjoy some peace and quiet. Don't sit on a bench that's in the corner of everywhere, looking away from everything else where people come up from places that you cannot see. Don't sit in a restaurant in the back corner with your back facing the entire restaurant. Sit somewhere where you have a full view of the surroundings. You can see people approaching, coming in, to and from, and you have an idea what they're doing, okay? Don't be so engrossed in what you're doing that you have no idea what's going on around you. Make sure you're constantly approving into your surroundings and making sure that you're seeing what is happening so you guys can evaluate the situation and you can be aware. If somebody comes up to you, they're much likely to sneak up to you than they are to come into full view if you're staring at them, okay? So stay aware of your surroundings and make sure that part is a daily life. All right, first tool for your self-defense, right? First tool that you can implement in your daily life that can help to defend yourself. A lanyard on your keys, right? Not only is this easier to hold on to, it gives you more distance so that you can stay further away from someone that might be aggressive, right? Lanyards are super cheap. They're $1. If your safety is not worth $1 to you guys, I don't know what you're doing, right? This is something you can do. Put it on your in your purse, put it on a key ring, put it in your pocket. It's something that gives you distance. It gives you more momentum, so it increases velocity, which is going to increase strength and speed, right? So remember, all your little keys on here, they might not weigh much, but you smack somebody with strength and speed from the velocity of that coming around, it's going to hurt them. Aim for vital spots, aim for their neck, aim for their face, right? And then wrap it around your hand. That way you have strength. They can't tug it out of your hand. It won't fly out of your hand, right? Another thing you can do, let's say you don't have a lanyard, you guys have keys like this, you can just walk around with the keys in your hand here. It's a little bit helpful. You can poke somebody, you can stab, right? You can punch with it. There's a lot of ways you can use keys and a lanyard to defend yourself. Okay, next thing, pepper spray, right? First of all, pepper spray is not point and shoot, not all of them. Most of them have a little safety switch. You have to be able to use the safety switch, turn it off, that way you can point it and spray it, right? Make sure the pepper spray is not pointing at your face, right? It happens. I've seen it. There's plenty of YouTube videos where people spray themselves instead of whoever they're trying to spray. Know how to use your pepper spray. Maybe buy two, use one, test it, figure out how it actually works, right? This one involves a little safety switch, you gotta push it, then the point is on the other side, you gotta spray it like that, okay? Make sure you realize how to actually use it. If you're just holding it, this is not defending you, okay? Let's say for some reason that the pepper spray is not working though, you do have options. This is a nice round one. I can put it inside my fist, what we call loading the fist, right? It makes the fist have more density, a little bit more weight, so when I hit something with it, it's gonna do less damage to my hand, and it's gonna do more damage to the point of impact that I actually hit, right? So there is a couple options if you guys don't have pepper spray that is effective, okay? It doesn't work. And remember, pepper spray, the aerosol in the can, aerosol in the pepper spray does go bad after a certain amount of time. So if you had that pepper spray 4 or 5 years, it might not even work anymore. Make sure you guys check the expiration date. Some of these things expire in a very long time. Some of them don't have expiration dates, and other ones expire in a very short amount of time. So check the expiration date. Make sure you guys are still active. Maybe invest in a new one. They're not cheap. They're not expensive. They're actually pretty cheap. It's worth it to protect yourself on a daily basis, okay? So pepper spray. And then look at this. On the other side, I have a whistle, right? Just another piece of self-defense. Pepper spray and a whistle. If you guys have a whistle, great. It can just make it easier for you to yell or scream or make a very loud noise to draw attention. The more people that are looking at you guys, the less people that are likely to be attacking you guys, okay? So pepper spray, whistle. Okay, what about a pin, right? Let's say you guys don't have a lanyard, you don't have your keys, which I hope that's not the case if you guys are going in your car, because then you have a little bit of situation, right? Let's say you guys don't have pepper spray, you don't have a whistle. If you could have something so simple as a pin, this is just helpful in a way to defend yourself, right? You leave work, you don't have anything with you, grab the pin on the way out. 99% of works, I'm pretty sure out there have some sort of pin, and they're not gonna mind if you're taking a pin to your car to help protect yourself, okay? So a pin, you can use it for a lot of things. Poking, right? Stabbing. It can make your fist a little bit more dense. It's a big size pin and make it look easier for punching and kicking. It's just another way. If you uncap it, now it's pointy. It hurts, right? Maybe you can write a message on the wall. Help me, right? There's a lot of uses for a pin. I don't recommend writing on the wall when someone's trying to attack you, okay? But remember, there's a lot of uses. There's a lot of practical applications to things that we have on a daily basis. Put these into your daily routine and use them. Be aware of your surroundings. This is going to be the first line of self-defense for you guys. All right, you guys, we're going to start with a couple of techniques that you can use based off for using a lanyard, okay? So I'm going to show you some super basic, super simple strikes, and then I'm going to show you one a little bit more advanced technique that you guys can use if you guys are really confident in your own ability, okay? First thing, this guy's most likely not going to just come up and stand looking at me like this. However, sometimes it will, because they might be talking to you, right? They might just be trying to kind of give in your space and stuff like that. So there is things to do. First thing you want to do, create space, okay? You want to create space with whichever side does not have a lanyard. That way they can't grab it, okay? Create space and then smack it with the lanyard, right? Remember, you can hold it so, or my recommendation is put your wrist through it and then grab onto it. This way, even if he grabs it, it's hard for him to pull it out of my grasp, okay? So create space, step away, and then smacking them maybe across the eyes. You can smack them across the neck, right? You can smack them in the leg. I don't recommend doing it somewhere below the chest area because somebody that's really angry, somebody that's really aggressive, they're gonna take some kind of hit just to try to get closer to you. So I recommend aiming for somewhere like the eyes, the bridge of the nose, the side of the neck. The ear is very tender, right? So that's what I would recommend doing. So first of all, they're coming forward. Hey, stop, leave me alone. Bam, smack it right across the throat, go across the nose, across the eyes, and across even the ear, okay? This is very effective use for the striking of the lanyard. Now, let's say you do step back to the other side. It's common, it can happen, right? If I step back to the other side, now you might have to go the opposite direction, snapping up and away from you. This is doable, it's just not the most effective use of it because now this side is in front, my other hand has nowhere to defend myself. Okay, another use for the lanyard is you can use the actual rope part. You don't have to use the key part, you can use the rope part, okay? So one thing you can do is securing their body. You go over their head, you can even be mean about it, smack it around and then grab, And then from here, you're not gonna just use this portion, right? Twist it, take the one hand and put it underneath the other hand. When you do this, it's gonna apply pressure to the artery on the side of the neck that allows blood to go to the brain, right? This, if you do it hard enough and long enough, can actually make a person pass out. Now, that might not always be the situation, but it's an added benefit. So once I have it twisted, you can use bam, knee kick to the groin, knee kick to the ribs. You can stomp on the instep. If someone's wearing shoes or if they're not wearing shoes, extremely painful. If you guys are wearing high heels, ooh, puncture, bam, right down there. We can use what we call the heel inside kick, which is using our heel to strike in towards our body. This is a lot of power. Using the hamstring and the glute, tons of power in this kick. Striking right to the calf muscle, their knee, or the back of their thigh. Okay, it's a couple of ineffective, very effective ways that you can use the strike. Another one, you guys are here like this, maybe you're trying to hit them, but they're defending against it, right? So another easy and sharp strike would be, boom, shoulder butt. Right to the face. If he's concentrating down here, bam, shoulder butt, right to the bridge of the nose, extremely effective, okay? So, think about, you can use a distance, striking something like this, right? You can use a rope, tagging, a little bit of choke, knee kicks, maybe you can stomp the instep, heel inside kick, bam, shoulder butt, a lot of different strikes that you guys can use for these techniques. Hey, pepper spray, point, unsafety, shoot. Be careful. Do not do this on yourself. Do not do this on your friend. Be careful. It's effective. Please do this on people. It's effective. How about a pin, right? Pin doesn't seem like a weapon at first look, but it can be, right? It'll give you a couple inches more distance, and not only that, it's really sharp, right? It's a lot stronger than your finger. Your finger, you hit something like this, it's gonna bend, it's gonna hurt yourself. This doesn't have sensitivity, it doesn't have feeling. So when you hit somebody, it's gonna have all that impact driving into them without damage to yourself, okay? So, very simple and effective. Poke up. Where do you poke them? Solar plexus is a great option. Ribs are a great option. Armpit is a great option. Very, very effective, right? There's nothing protecting that sensitive area down there. You go up underneath the armpit, super effective. Or, let's say you want to go for the neck. Right here in the middle of the neck, there's a little bowl, this little hole right here. Go inside that hole and then push in and back. It's a lot of pain, very uncomfortable. Puncture the windpipe if you guys are going too hard. Be careful with it, okay? You can also do on the side of the windpipe. You put this head up, the neck comes down right here. You want to go on the side of the windpipe, right where the jawline starts, ooh, in and up, okay? You can do this technique as a strike. You can even do this technique as grabbing, pushing them away, or another super effective area, up the nose. It sounds disgusting, but you stick a pin on somebody's nose, they're not coming back to attack you. They're gonna look at this person like, you crazy. You crazy. Who cares? If they're not attacking you, nobody cares, right? That's all you're trying to do to defend yourself. Stick a pin up their nose. They'll leave you alone, right? Or inside their ear, right below their ear. There's a huge nerve ending right here below the ear. Very, very painful. Or, let's say this person is extremely aggressive, the only way you guys feel like you can defend yourself, eyeballs, super effective. Okay, remember, you can poke from this direction, or hammer fist direction, side of the head, side of the neck, very powerful, very effective. If you stab somebody with this, it could physically maim them for the rest of their life. Be careful, make sure that you evaluate what's happening and see if this is something that is necessary, or are you just using this because you're having fun doing it.
All right, now we've gone over a couple of different strikes, we've gone over a couple of different tools that you guys could use to help protect yourself, but now we're gonna work on different scenarios that are very popular, like the two-hand choking from the front. So here, I have a partner, right? The guy comes in, he tries to grab me. You know, this could be anyone, doesn't matter who it is, maybe male or female, doesn't matter. They're going in for a two-hand choke. Very first thing you should do is try your best to recognize, right? It takes a long time to bring your hands up from here and then extend it into your body to be able to grab you. So the first thing you want to do, if you can't get away, is the turtleneck. You want to bring your shoulders up and drop your chin down. It makes a less area for them to grab. Whereas if I'm standing up straight, I have all this space I can hold on to. Then if I close it, it's a lot harder for them to grasp any of the very important things that they need to know to choke you. So they're gonna go ahead, they make it past, they grab you, the first thing you do is turtleneck. Now you wanna try to get them off. So we are gonna poke them, okay? So you're gonna wrap your pointer finger over your middle finger, and you're going to poke them in the throat. So on everybody, there's this little notch right here, right above your sternum, okay? At the base of your throat, right here is a little notch. You can go ahead and feel it. Your goal is to poke in the notch and down, okay? Like you're trying to grasp the back of their, the top of their sternum or the rib cage. That's your goal. That's what you're trying to do. That's how far you want to go. So they grab, you're gonna step with the foot that you're using. I'm right-handed, I wanna step with my right hand, with my right foot and use my right hand because I'm stronger on this side. I'm gonna write my finger over the top. I'm gonna put it inside that notch that we're talking about, and I'm going to step. That way I have a lot of energy and power moving in that direction, making my strike and my attack a lot stronger. I'll poke in and down. Okay, that's very painful. Try it on yourself. I guarantee, even if you miss, but you just get the right general area, it does not feel good. Okay, so again, make sure you poke in and then down as hard as you can. You want to get them away. Now, again, they go ahead and grab you. The next thing you could do is take advantage of the fact their elbows bend, okay? They don't bend up. You don't want to strike that way or get them off that way anyway. You want to get them down. So, of course, turtleneck always, but some people might have strength in pinching. I find that it's a lot easier to strike something, so you want to go at the base of their elbow and where there's the upper arm meets. So right where it bends, you want to strike down, forcing them to come forward. Their hands could slide. If they're still holding on and the strike wasn't enough, feel free to strike with your knees. If their leg is open, then you can go ahead and strike with the kick up to the groin, okay? But you want to hit as hard as you can, driving their arms down, breaking their balance, and possibly their grab onto you. And then you have many options, like you could do striking, the kicking, you can punch them if you need to. As long as you get to break this here, they're no longer putting pressure on your guy's throat and you guys can breathe again. All right, next, still they're grabbing you from the front. So now, you find that their arms may be bent or you guys can just reach. Ears are very effective. Pop them, okay? I don't know if you've ever had someone do like this to your ears. Even if you do it yourself, gently, you will see what I'm talking about. Eardrums control balance and the fluidity of your body. So if you were to pop one, don't be surprised if you see the person go down. They have no idea what's going on. Okay, they hurt a lot. So when they grab, of course, turtleneck always, but then strike by popping the eardrums. You're gonna cup your hands like you are clapping and strike directly on them. It's one of the most painful things somebody could endure. Another thing with the ears, you can also grab and rip, also very effective. Now, this guy's got locked out arms, or he just happened to have a longer reach than you. You cannot reach the eardrums. If you attempt to but cannot, that's okay. You can grab your wrist, step back and rip it away. Okay, you're gonna rip away from your body, or do you want to strike them and get away? You can reach by striking them in the ears and then breaking away. Okay, so that's also very effective technique for you guys too.
The next one we're going to be doing is the hair grabs from behind, okay? So when they grab you from behind and pull you, usually you fall backwards this way. So you don't want that to happen. So you guys are going to squat down. Try to bring your chin to your chest. So squat down, boom, get you good balance. Now, when you're stepping back, you want to keep your legs squatted. This way you still have the balance. Now, first strike we can do. So they grab, they pull, you squat down, step back. You want to use a palm strike, okay? This is very effective. You're going to palm strike the groin, but you don't want to just slap through it. Boom. You want to slap, boom, and then go up. So you want to go in and up, okay? We're going to try again. So they grab, boom, squat down, chin down, step back, palm strike, in and up. Okay, so this is very effective. Now, I'll show you a little bit more onto it. So as they grab, boom, squat down, chin down, palm strike, boom. Maybe their head comes down now. Then you can add a shoulder check as well. So palm strike, bam, they come down, shoulder strike, boom. And then if you get free, then you want to get away as fast as possible, okay? You don't want to stay in close to them, because the more you stay in close to them, the more danger you are in, okay? So we try it again. Step back, palm strike, boom, he comes down, elbow check, or shoulder check, and then get away, okay? Now another one you guys can do, they grab. Squat down, boom, and you're gonna grab onto their hand. So right hand, left hand, doesn't matter which way you go. I prefer right hand first because it's my stronger hand, so I can hold on tighter. And then you want to stay squatted the whole time, stepping through and all the way past them, okay? So this is gonna put pressure on their wrist, their elbow, their shoulder, and if you go past far enough, you can rip off their, well not rip off, but you can dislocate and break stuff as you go through, okay? So when you do it,
You don't want to keep your head down like this though, because then you don't have balance. You see how I'm all leaned over, I don't have balance? You want to try to keep your head down, yes, but you want to squat down the whole time, walking through. Okay, so if you can keep your balance better the whole time, it will make the technique even stronger. Okay, so I'll show you a little bit slower. They grab, squat down, grabbing on, step back, going through, bam. So try these techniques a little bit by yourself or with a partner or something. That way you guys are more familiar with them, okay?
Next thing we're gonna go over is chest grab, okay? Especially for women's self-defense, is something that can be kind of common, okay? So for the guys and for the girls, there's slight variations on how you would do chest grab. The reason is, for a guy, this is usually a bony surface, right? It's a hard surface, and it's not the same for a girl. So you're not gonna have the same structure backing the twist or the strike as you would if you were a male or a female, okay? So what we're gonna do today is we're gonna pretend that this guy is a zombie. It's gonna make it easier for you guys to see what we are doing, and this is a great way you guys can practice at home. You guys practice on a family member and not injure somebody, okay? So what he's gonna do is he's gonna walk up and just walk towards me. It makes it easy for me to determine what he's going to do, gives me time to react, okay? Now, if somebody comes up to you in real life, they're probably not gonna walk at you like this. They're gonna come up similar to this. They're gonna come up close and then boom, try to grab onto you, okay? Now it's possible this person is just a creep or something like that and he comes up and you're able to see it. If this is the case, you have a much easier time defending yourself, okay? First thing, we want to do some kind of striking, but we do not want them to touch us. So he comes in, we're going to step back, create space, taking our hands, pushing them down and out, away from my body, creating space. Okay, now what's going to happen is his forward momentum is bringing him down because his hands went down. He's leaning forward. So when he comes in, try again, he comes in, I'm going to step back, create space, boom, I can do knee kick, right? I knee kick him straight above his knee on the outside portion right here. You call it like old school Charlie horse, right? Boom, bam, lots of pain. You can do there, make it hard for them to follow you. Or, let's say I step back, create space, have a little bit more distance, I can go groin, maybe chest or sternum, okay? Great areas. If he goes even lower, boom, knee kick to their face, okay? Knee kick is always extremely effective because there's a lot of density, kind of pointing object, has a lot of power without injuring yourself, okay? So that's a couple things you guys can do with the knee kick. Now, let's say this guy's coming in a little bit faster, you don't have time to react in that manner. So what we can do is we can move out of the way. He's trying to come in, keep his hands away from you. Using both hands or using your front hand is optional, whatever you feel most comfortable with. If you've never done this before, you don't feel comfortable with it, most likely two hands can be easier, more effective for you. So he comes in, stepping side to side, doesn't matter which side, and then from here you can hook on, you can again use the knee kicks, or boom, elbow strike. Elbow strike. If he comes down, you guys can use the shoulder to the face. Remember, shoulder is a great weapon, but it also means that you are closer to your opponent, which is not always a good situation, okay? So knees, kicks, elbows, ridge hands, punches, these are great because you guys control your distance and you have a little bit more space, okay? So, first thing we demonstrated was stepping back, creating space, boom, knee kicks, right? Next one, getting out of the way, redirecting their body, right? You guys see that? He's coming in, both hands, pushing it away from my body. I can secure them, holding on. I can do knee kicks. I can do elbow strikes, right? Lots of weapons that you guys can use. If you guys know other weapons, punches, kicks, feel free to use them. The idea is avoiding them coming in, getting your space, okay? The second thing. Next one. Let's say this person comes in, has actually grabbed me, okay? So if he comes in and he's actually connected to my body like this, then we have other options, okay? He's too close for me. I can't remove him, sometimes without damaging myself, and I can't do a lot of twisting based off his hands if I have soft tissue underneath, right? So what I'm gonna show you guys today is mostly strikes. There is twists and throws that you guys can do, but for basic learning, all you need to start with is a twisting the strike. I'm starting striking with the hands and feet, okay? So if he comes in, first thing, you want to make sure you get your balance. You don't want this guy pushing you or pulling you or knocking you off balance. You want to squat in. I like to put 1 foot forward or backwards. That way I have control if he pushes or pulls. I can control this leg if he pushes. I can control this leg if he pulls, okay? So from here, boom, pop the eardrums. We keep coming back to pop the eardrums because it's so effective. You pop the eardrums, extremely painful, and like we talked about before, completely disorient you because that's what controls your balance, okay? Controls your balance, you can't hear anything, you guys are not gonna know what's going on. Okay, you guys probably had a ring in your ear before, very disoriented. Very similar, except this is gonna be extremely painful on top of that, okay? So, from here, control, squatting down, boom, pop the eardrums. Very simple, very effective. Let's say after I pop the eardrum, boom, he's still holding on. You can take your thumbs into the eyes. You're gonna put your thumb right on the top of his eyeball, right? Not underneath. You're gonna put your thumb on the top of his eyeball. He's very uncomfortable for him. And you're gonna push in and over and down to the eyeball. You're trying to go over the eyeball. So in and over and down, okay? Very, very, very effective. I do not recommend doing this unless you feel like your life is in danger, okay? Or this person is harassing you, okay? So, first using hand, squatting down, bam, pop the eardrum. Don't wait too long. Don't stop here, and then pop the eardrum, right? He may change, he may decide that because you feel aggressive, you feel like you're trying to defend yourself, that he's gonna change the situation. React quickly, he grabs you, and get away. Run, yell, scream, yell for help, right? That's the first thing. Next one, you hit him maybe, bang, you grab the ears or gouging out the eyes. Okay, very effective. And remember, the face, the head, is easier to get to a lot of times than the body. Okay, his elbows, when he's grabbing me, bend downwards. If I try to hit him, he just bends his elbow, he's defending against himself. If I try to hold on to him, try to do some kind of knee kicking, his body is keeping me away, he might even knock me off balance. That's why I recommend using the hands to their face and to their eyes, okay? This is for the chest guard.
All right, now we're gonna do bear hugs, but from behind. So you don't know, you can't see them, you don't know what's gonna go on. They just come up behind you and they end up going inside your arms and they grab you. Okay, there's a couple ways that they can grab. They can grab with their hand palm down, grabbing their opposite wrist, or they could grab fingers interlocked like this, okay? But first, we're gonna start with the palm down grab, okay? So, this works for both in the air with them lifting you or on the ground. Is because you're dealing with fingers and small joints, cause a lot of pain. They're gonna wanna set you down right away and get away. So, first we could deal with the bottom hand, or we could deal with the top hand. I'm gonna deal with the bottom hand because I prefer this side better. That way this hand spins out and just gets rid of the grab. It breaks out easily. So you're gonna pick a finger, doesn't matter. Okay, you're gonna grab one and you're gonna yank down and out. Now you're causing a lot of pain on their finger joint, and you're actually, if you get it far enough, you're causing pain on the wrist. So they're going to let go. When they do, you could either keep it pinned against your body. So I'm squeezing my elbow into my own body, and I'm rotating out, and it becomes an elbow lock. Now from here, I could continue to spin until I dislocate his elbow or cause it jam enough so he wants to let go, or I could just rip the finger off and then get away for free, okay? But as soon as you decide what you're gonna do and you do the technique, don't linger around, don't just stand there. You know, of course, make sure you keep looking at them, making sure that they're staying away from you, and you get away, okay? You don't wanna have to deal with them a second time, one and done, that's it. Okay, so that was dealing with the bottom hand. You can do the same with the top hand. It's a little bit harder, but it's still very doable. So again, pick another finger, pull this one up. This one's gonna hurt more because you're pulling the fingers in the direction that their forearm doesn't like. Your tendons run this way, so if you pull them in towards your tendons, then it's not gonna hurt as much. But if you pull it away from the tendons, causing them to stretch it farther, it's going to hurt more. So you're gonna grab the finger and exactly the same thing. Pinch the left hand with your elbow, pull it in, pull the finger, he's already causing a lot of pain. You're gonna spin out. You can do the same thing with the elbow where you put a lot of pressure on his elbow, maybe even break it if you're strong enough, or just rip away again and then get free, okay? So it works either bottom hand or top hand for a supinated wrist grab, okay? Now, sorry, a pronated wrist grab. Now they're going to grab finger lock this time, okay? This one, it happens, maybe not so much, but it does, okay? It's gonna cause a lot of pain on them on their own side if they're squeezing hard enough, so let's take advantage of that fact. Now, we are gonna do another finger grab because it's very common and it works. We are gonna start, you could either strike the base of their fingertips, destroying and damaging their the bottom joints and making them to let go, but you could also grab one of the fingers. You wanna go palm facing up, underneath their hands. You can hold on two hands, squeeze with your elbows nice and tight, so that way don't let go. So squeeze, crunch here, you can grind them this way, or what I recommend doing is grabbing onto one of the fingers if you can and pulling down, okay? You know your fingers, they don't go sideways. They're meant to bend up and down like this. They're not supposed to go that way. If you pull hard enough, you will dislocate a finger or break it. So that's what the goal is here. You're gonna pull the finger in the direction that it does not bend. So if you use a partner, make sure you guys are careful on this one, okay? So you're gonna pull nice and gently slow. This is a lot of pain. If he doesn't let go, I will break his finger or I will dislocate it, Okay, and then he'll let go because he won't have a finger to use anymore. So then you're gonna peel it, and then as soon as he starts to let go, your hand is gonna turn so you can grab on like this. Okay, so it was here, just stick your thumb on the opposite side. Okay, now you're gonna spin out exactly the same way as we taught you before. You could break it, you could yank the finger off. You want to get a little fancy, you can put it over, but none of that stuff is necessary. All you need to do is get off, or break it off and get away. Okay, so I'm gonna show you guys again. So you're gonna grab it. Also works the opposite way, but most likely you are gonna go to the side that you feel most dominant in, okay? And for me, that's my right side. Squeeze them nice and close. Make them feel like they're actually applying more pressure than they think. Bring the hand underneath, grab onto one of the fingers, peel down, a lot of pain here, and then peel out, switch your thumb to the other side, and then you can apply the same pressure, squeezing the elbow nice and tight to your body, and then break it up, boom, and then get away, okay? So that's bear hugs from behind with them grabbing their wrist and their fingers locked. Remember, this technique works whether or not you're on the ground or in the air because you're dealing with a lot of small bones, okay? So it's gonna work.
All right, you guys, so I hope you enjoyed what we went through today. Remember, this is by no means an exhaustive list, but it's very important that you guys have some line, some way that you guys know that you guys can defend yourself, carry yourself properly, be aware of your surroundings, do things in your daily life, such as carrying things with you guys that you can use for self-defense, and then knowing what you guys are willing to do. Remember, if somebody's attacking you, your goal is to get home to your family, get home to those that you love, right? This is your goal if somebody's trying to attack you, trying to assault you, trying to rob you. This is your goal, right? You need to know what you personally are willing to do to get home to your family. You need to sit down to yourself, think about it. What am I willing to do? Am I willing to break somebody's finger if that helps me to escape and get home to my family? If you don't make that conscious thought in your head, you probably won't be able to break that person's finger because you're thinking about it. But if you consciously make that effort, sit down, determine to yourself, okay, I will bite this person if I have to. I will break his finger if I have to. I will do X, Y, and Z if I have to get home to my family. You need to sit down and make that effort. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you have any questions, please let us know.